Weighted grades columns. A weighted grade is a calculated column that displays calculated results of quantities and their percentages. A weighted grade column calculates each category, such as tests, discussions, and assignments, as a certain percentage of the final grade. You can control the percentage for each category and visibility of the column in the grade center, as well as visibility to students. You can create any number of weighted grade columns based on any column or category in the grade center. For example, you may wish to calculate the total grade for your course as follows: attendance 10% proportionate, assignment 15% proportionate, tests 30% proportionate, discussions 15% equally, and safe assignments 30% equally. These numbers total 100%. Each new course has a weighted column created before values have been set. You will need to edit the column by clicking the drop-down menu next to the weighted column to choose Edit Column Information. Scroll down to Section 3 to select your columns. Click the first category. For PC, click your Control key and begin clicking on individual categories until they are all chosen. For Mac, hold the Command or Apple key to do the same. Once you've selected your categories, click the right-facing arrow to add them to the selected columns box. Next to each category name in the selected columns area, enter the desired percentage in the percentage field. Decide whether to calculate the grade equally or proportionately. Equally applies equal value to all columns in each category. If you choose proportionately, the column value is based on the column's points compared to other columns in the category. For instance, if you have 3 columns, each worth a different value, say 10, 20, and 30, and each student receives the scores like 8 out of 10, 15 out of 20, 15 out of 30, they would each be calculated individually to maintain the weighting within the category. The percentages would then be added together and divided by 3, the number of individual scores. Choose Yes to include grade calculations, then click Submit. To recap, equally weighting divides total points earned by total points possible to find an average. Proportionate weighting calculates each assignment and then adds the percentage of each assignment together, and then divides them by a total number of assignments. Drop the lowest grade. You have an option of dropping the highest and/or lowest grades, or to use the lowest or highest grades within each category. For an example, there are 4 quizzes in a course. You can choose to drop the lowest score and recalculate the test totally based on the 3 highest scores. This means that even though you will use 3 scores at the end of the semester to calculate each test grade, it will always drop the lowest score as they are calculated throughout the semester. For an example, if a student has completed 2 quizzes and made 8 out of 10 points and then 10 out of 10 points, the 8 points scored automatically will be dropped, leaving the score as 10 points. If the course has 4 quizzes, the student's score would adjust accordingly with the final total based on the 3 highest scores. Some of you will hide this column from students until they have 3 tests completed to avoid confusion. There are 2 scenarios for setting up the drop lowest grade function. Scenario 1. If you're using weighted grades, this function can be incorporated into the weighted grade column. Essentially, you'll be using the selected categories you wish to use, setting the percentage for each of the categories, and then filling in the quantity of items you wish to drop into a special field. Scenario 2. If you're not using weighted grades and calculating a straight total for the course, a calculated total column is created. Instead of using a all grade columns, you would use select categories and fill in the quantity of items you wish to drop for the appropriate category. To edit a weighted column, click on the drop-down menu next to the weighted column. Click Edit Column Information, scroll down, select Columns section. Scroll through the selected column on the list to the right until you see Test. Under Drop Grades, enter the quantity of items you wish to drop in the appropriate field, highest or lowest. For an example, if you wish to drop the lowest grade in the category, enter a 1 into the text box next to the lowest grades. Click Submit. You can see the percentage increase due to the drop low grade. Modify a calculated total column to follow the same process.